I'm Allison Weisbrot, editor of Campion US, and we're live from Cannes Lion. The industry has been talking about the melding of creativity and technology for some time. How would you rate the industry's overall progress here, and what barriers still exist?
I see the Reddit logo in the background. We're here at Meta. These are things that I was a part of before I got into Adland, that when I got into Adland, people didn't even know these platforms existed. The progress has been profound. I think the industry's biggest issue is it loves yesterday and tomorrow and disrespects today, right? So it loves television and the whole talk is AI, and yet we can't talk about like social media advertising, which is today, but has there been progress? Tremendous amounts.
Historically, technology and creativity here has been either a technology looking for an idea or an idea that was only possible because of technology, the second one being better than the first one. But now with AI, I think creativity, more and more of it will be not just infused by technology, but partly delivered by technology. So I do think it's a bit of a shift.
Being able to actually walk into this industry, which was traditionally television, to your point, the rules of this game have been sort of shattered, and I believe that there's a seat at the table for every social platform because we actually have audience. And as a result, we've given people different canvases in which to paint, and the infinite amount of choices that we actually provide to individuals allows anyone with a camera and a phone, and I keep talking about the democratization of storytelling and also the democratization of being able to listen to different voices. That has been interesting for us, and I think we've opened that dialogue for this industry in ways that if you didn't meld tech with media, it wouldn't have been as fast as it has been.
I think what's interesting is where I look at the body of work that is, what I know from a Cannes perspective, has traditionally been oriented of the ultimate manifestation is TVC. It's video, right? And now what I think we're seeing is it's very much omni-channel experience, right? We're seeing things that come to life through TikTok and then through other social channels, through owned experiences that happen, and we're seeing the power of owned in terms of driving earned. I feel like we've always talked about, you'll get so much earned out of this, but actually technology has enabled that to be a real thing, where you get so much reach out of creating an experience that lives on technology platforms, really being what drives the brand's ability to connect with consumers.
Which tech company's presence is most notable on the Croisette this year, and why?
It feels like the first time I've seen Netflix at a bit of scale. So it shows, which I guess is a testament to the industry, it shows that even what I would call technology platforms that have completely disrupted their category and probably created best-in-class user experiences while doing so, advertising is still an important part of their business model moving forward. So that to me it's an interesting, I think, point of view on why we're seeing Netflix. And then of course, the Googles, the Metas, Snap, it's always great to see everybody here.
AI is one of the hottest topics on the Croisette this year. What are some of the most interesting conversations you've had about AI, and what are some of your biggest concerns?
We don't get more than 5 minutes into the discussion before AI comes up. And I think that speaks to the reality of everyone confronting what does AI mean.
As an industry, we don't quite have our ducks in order yet. Like, you can hear that the messaging is still very top level, very vague, bit hand wavy, bit defensive, the fear of the new. It's a big foundational shift. Our industry to an extent is canary in the coal mine because our work is so easily understood and seen, so related to what the technology does already pretty well, and of course a lot of our work is what it's been trained on.
With all due respect, there hasn't been anything super overtly interesting. I think the advertising industry's behind the tech industry on AI interest talk. The concerning thing within the context of here is how quickly people feel they can talk about it without knowing anything about it.
We've been doing AI since the beginning of the foundation of our company. So we do find it a little, I won't say comical, but just interesting that this is the buzzword of this year's Cannes. It's wonderful, I call it as cute. But I think for us, it's the foundation of every single thing that we do. Being able to actually leverage the power of our platform, machine learning and AI, is embedded into the DNA of it. It's not a separate thing for us. Now we're trying to focus on what does the consumer experience look like, being able to individuals to express themselves through avatars or an AI assistant and things of that nature. Generative AI based on giving brands and agencies infinite amounts of choices to be able to figure out what's the right way to send this message, which I believe to be authentic, in front of the right person so I can drive outcomes.
There's massive disrupt or defend opportunities for clients, right? They're going to go through one of the most disruptive moments in marketing and brand probably in the last 25 years. I would say start of the internet type disruption.
We're very concerned with responsible use of not just AI, but all technology. We employ a lot of creatives who are putting art out in the world. So it's a very correct concern to say, what is fair use? How do we think about this? And I don't think we can be a part of that conversation if we're not on the inside.
How do you feel the big tech companies navigated their presence in Cannes this year, given recent and ongoing layoffs at their companies?
Sometimes those things, they're different parts of what their company is, right? They look at where their organization drives business and where utilization makes sense and where inefficiencies sit, but this is their upfront, right? And if they don't show up at their upfront, that's not going to be good for headcount. So I sort of look at it as not adversarial parts of an organization, but potentially things that alleviate the situation, right? You have to be here, you have to talk to clients, talk to agencies, you have to sell.